Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're a brand new subscriber or a brand new viewer. My name is Kyle and today I'm reviewing The Iron Claw, which was directed by Durkin and tells the story of the Von Erich brothers who were notorious in their wrestling days in the late 1970s and early 1980s, their relationships inside and outside the ring, especially with their father, and its centralized view on Kevin Von Erich, played by Zac Efron. Now this is a very interesting case for me because I'm not a wrestling fan. I never watched it as a kid. I was always kind of deterred by it from my family, so I just never really got into it. I know various wrestlers from The Undertaker, John Cena, and of course The Rock, but for a movie like this, I thought the trailer was very interesting. It was produced by A24. I usually like their films. And there was a sense of gritty realism that I could see just from footage of that trailer. And upon seeing it, guys, I was very impressed by this movie. I thought it was terrific. I'm not familiar with Durkin. I believe this might be either his directorial debut or maybe his sophomore film, but whichever is the case, he is a talent that I absolutely want to see what he does next, because the way that he places the camera, the positioning, the blocking, it is fantastic. The performances are all excellent. Holt McCallany, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I apologize if I mispronounced it, but as the father in this movie, damn, he is phenomenal. There is so many layers to that character, and you see from the beginning of the movie, which is shot in black and white, you get a perfect perspective of who he is, what he expects in life, what he wants from his sons in life, and how some of those dreams that he's really aspiring might not come true based off of what's going on in his personal life. There's also Jeremy Allen White, of course known for The Bear and Shameless. I've only seen The Bear, I have not seen Shameless. I do apologize to any Shameless fans out there, but I really like him in that show, and he is excellent in this film. But definitely the person I want to briefly mention is Zac Efron. Now, I'm going to be honest. I never saw High School Musical or any of the ones he was in. I never saw 17 Again. I never saw Baywatch. There's probably a couple other movies he was in. I'm really not familiar with his acting skills. I just really knew him almost in a way I viewed Robert Pattinson as that pretty boy that a lot of girls liked. So I never really followed his career. But after seeing this movie, Jesus, he really transformed himself here, both mentally and especially physically. You can feel his energy and his passion in every scene in this film. I personally think it's one of the best performances I've seen of 2023. I was flabbergasted because, again, my image of that guy is so different from what I saw on the screen. It really shows how great of an actor he can be, and don't count on me watching High School Musical. Don't count on that, but I definitely want to see what other movies he's in and potentially what movies he can do in the future, because he is a real talent here. And like I said, you can really feel and see that physical and mental transformation he had for the character of Kevin. Oh, and also Lily James is in this movie, and she delivers the exact same accent she had in Baby Driver. I'm not sure if the producers know that she's actually British, but I do find it funny because it is the exact same accent as Deborah. I think the greatest praise you can give any movie is when it turns a concept that you had no real knowledge or interest in, and it makes you actually really invested in what's going on, and it makes you want to understand the world of wrestling or whatever world they're trying to construct. It makes you want to know as much about it as possible. However, the truly best thing I can say about this movie is that outside of that coding of wrestling, there is a lot of hidden subtext. But those are the kind of things that I definitely do not want to discuss in this review. That's something for you to figure out and go see, because I highly recommend seeing this. Given the low budget cost of just $15 million, the quality of the production is fantastic. They shot on real locations, and that's what I really like, practical filmmaking. I really feel like we're starting to have a revolution into trying to make things more realistic. I'd say that I have two issues with the movie. The first one being, during the first act, I do feel like a couple minutes could have been shaved off. But again, it's very minor. It really doesn't detract from the experience of watching the movie. But there are a couple of moments where it does drag during that first half. But then something happens in the second act, and man, does it ignite you for the rest of the film. But my second issue does involve a part of the ending, not the whole ending, but a part of it that I thought was a little bit silly. For a movie as serious as this one, I kind of was taken out of it for a second. It felt very unrealistic and too fantastical for me in terms of the tone of this movie. It just felt a bit out of place. But again, those are very minor issues with it that really don't detract from the experience you're going to get. Now, this movie is not going to be for everybody, and I know that personally because there are some people at the screening I was in that walked out and never came back. I don't think they were expecting a film to be this serious and this dramatic, but that is what I appreciated so much because I knew from the trailer that there was something that they were omitting that when I go to see it, I'm going to be very surprised by it, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened here. I was debating between an A- and an A, but certainly with the amount of energy that I feel in this review and how strong the performances are, I'm going to give the Iron Claw an A. If you stuck to the end of this video, guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. The links to my social media pages are in the description box below, as well as my business website, kjgpictures.com. Everything is in the description box below. Thank you all so much as always for watching, and stay tuned.